G'day YouTube, I am TheDaff and today I'm going to be playing a bit of Fate Stay Night. If you don't know what Fate Stay Night is, it's a visual novel. I don't know how far into depth it goes, but I have seen the anime for it and the prequel Fate Zero. So I decided I'm going to play a bit of Fate Stay Night, and if it goes well I'll continue with the series, and if it goes really well I may consider other series like Katawa Shoujo, which is what I want to play but have yet to. Anyway, let us begin. First day recollection of 10 years ago, morning rebirth. That's a lot of mumble jumble I probably didn't need to read. Skip the scene, yes or no. I shouldn't have this option considering that I deleted every single save that I had. Why is it? It's not what I wanted. Return to title. Okay. I deleted that save. Why does it let me go back again? Oh well. Let's try this again. No. We want to start from the beginning. I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death, nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, unlimited blade works. Ooh. When I come to, I was in a burning field. I guess there was a big fire. The familiar town had turned to ashes, and it looked like the remains of a battlefield from a movie. But they didn't last long either. The fire had died down by the time the sun rose. The tall wall of flame had shortened, and most of the buildings had fallen. It felt strange, being the only living thing in that place that still had its original form. I was the only one still alive around here. I must have been really lucky, or my house was built in a very lucky spot. I don't know which it was, but the point is, I was the only one left alive. I felt that since I survived, I should live on. I started walking aimlessly, because I thought it would be dangerous just to stay there. I wasn't really concerned about getting burned up like the people lying around me. But you just said that because you survived you should have lived on, but now you're not concerned about getting burned? Okay. Probably because, over and above, not wanting to be like them, I had a stronger feeling in my mind. Like my fucking attempts to like freaking record this episode, like get the audio to actually work. Fucking hell. Trying to get the game to even record with anything, and luckily Shadow Play on the video has only just come out, but trying to get that to record the game audio, oh god damn it. But still, I had no hope. Okay then, having no hope is a bad thing. It was already a wonder I was still alive, so I couldn't expect to be saved. I won't survive. Whatever happens, I won't be able to escape from this red world. Yeah, that's pretty mellow. Not mellow, very dramatic. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be thinking like that. It was such an absolute hell that even a small child could understand it. And I collapsed. Well, it didn't go very long, I guess. Was it because there was no air? Was it because no function was left in my body? Anyway, I collapsed and stared up at the clouded sky. Everything around me was burned up, and I could see many shriveled people. Oh, imagine that sight, fucking hell. The dark clouds loomed overhead, telling me it would rain soon. That's good. The fire will be put out once it rains. In the end, I sighed deeply and looked up at the sky. I say to myself that it hurts. I say so on behalf of all the people who couldn't even say so. Imagine dying in fire, that would be horrible. That was 10 years ago. After that, I was miraculously saved. My body survived, but I think all the other things about me burned up and were reduced to ashes. If you take away a child's parents, home, and all such things, there's nothing left for him. That's why there was only my body. I think it's a simple story. In other words, in order to let my body live, my heart died. Fucking hell, he's gonna be fucked from a young age. 10 years old, I believe it said. Wait, no, 10 years ago it happened. Okay. Or, I don't know. I'm getting lost, confused. I'm dreaming. Huh? I squint my eyes at the white light. So bright, I think. It was just light entering my eyes when I woke up. But I'm not used to it. I probably didn't even understand what the bright light meant. Huh? When my eyes focused, I was surprised. I'm laying on an unfamiliar bed in an unfamiliar room. I'm surprised, but the room is so white and clean that I feel safe. Where am I? I look around. The room is big and there are many beds. A person is in each bed and everyone seems to be hurt. But nothing feels ill in this room. Everyone who's hurt is someone who was saved. I relax and let my eyes wander. Outside the window, the bright blue sky was unbelievably beautiful. Long delays. After a few days, I finally understood. I could clearly remember what had happened in the past few days. Yeah, I wouldn't have worded it like that. Even so, I was no different from a newborn baby. Not just a metaphor, but it was close to the truth. Anyway, it was a terrible fire. I had been saved from it. Was in the hospital with my body wrapped in bandages, and my parents were gone. So sad. I didn't even get the situation, but I vaguely understood that I was alone. I think I understood quickly. Well, there were nothing but children in similar situations around me, so all I could do was absorb the fact. And after that, the man came, right when I was beginning to worry what would happen to me next. He came on the day my bandages were taken off, and I was able to eat without help. Wrinkled coat, uncombed hair. The man, a bit younger than the doctor, felt more like a big brother than a father. Hello, you must be Shiro-kun. Shiro? Shiro, yes, I better say it right. A smile that seems to melt into the white sunlight. I think it was a suspicious voice, but a very kind voice. If you've seen Fate Zero. Yeah. Go watch that anime and you may not think the same. I'll ask you directly. Which would you prefer? To go to an orphanage or to be adopted by this man you'd never seen before? The man was saying he could adopt me? When I asked him if he was a relative of mine, he said he was just a stranger. He looked like an unreliable guy with no future, but it makes no difference, as I know nothing about either one, him or the orphanage. So I decided to go with him. Yes, let's just go with the strange man who looks unreliable and that he'll probably lead to a horrible future for you and stuff. Or stick with the orphanage which actually looks after children and stuff, because, you know, just, yeah, whatever. I see that's good. Get ready quickly then. You should get used to your new place as fast as you can. The guy quickly started packing my stuff. Oh, he's fucking in a rush, he's just get out of there. No, only adopting one child. One more is just too many. His packing wasn't very good, even in the eyes of a child. Then, after making a big mess... Oh, I forgot to mention something important. I have to tell you one thing before you come with me. Is that okay? He turns to me lightheartedly and says, yeah, to start off with, I'm a sorcerer. He says it with a serious, exaggerated tone. Okay. Yeah, to start off with, I'm a sorcerer. It happened in an instant. Come to think of it now, I really was a child back then. Or I was really a child back then. Well, I guess you were, but yeah. The age is one thing to count. I automatically believe those words. Wow, you're awesome. Guess he doesn't know what caused the fire. I guess I said so with bright eyes. Since that time, I became his child. Actually, I don't remember what I said back then, but my father would always talk about that day. He would remember and retell the story, again and again. So for my father, Emiya Kiritsku might have been the happiest day of his life. And there's planes going over, hopefully you can't hear that. So, I guess it was strange for my father to tell me that he was a sorcerer. But I was strange as well for admiring that. And thus I became an adopted son. And my last name became Emiya. Oh, that last name. Emiya Shiro. I'm gonna say it wrong every single fucking time. Emiya Shiro. When I said my name, I was really proud of having the same last name as Kiritsku. This is so difficult to do. Proud to be the son of him. If only you knew what he was before the big explosion and fire and death. I'm dreaming. Again. Seriously. A story from my childhood. It was when I finally convinced my father to make his student, so it must have been about 8 years ago. When I was old enough to stay at home by myself, Kiritsku asked to leave the house on a regular basis. He would say in his normal tone that he would travel the world, and he began to act on those words. That's how it was after that. It was normal for him to leave the house empty for a month, and he sometimes wouldn't come home for half a year. A month, 6 months, yeah, there's no difference, right? The Emiya house is a big Japanese-style house, and Kiritsku and I were the only ones living there. I was perplexed in this house at times, as it was too big for a child. But still, I liked my life here. Who the fuck complains about a house that is too big? Emiya would come home from his journeys and tell me lots of stories like a child. And the child who'd shared his last name would be at home waiting for those stories. I was always alone in the house, but that loneliness would all fade with the stories he brought back. The father who was always chasing his dreams like a kid. His attitude was astounding, and he always seemed dazzling to me. That might be why I wanted to be like him someday. Well, on top of that, looking at my ever-dreaming father, I felt I should become reliable myself. Day 1. I hear a sound. I hear a heavy, old rusted sound as the door opens. Yeah. Light enters the dark shed. My mind waking up. Senpai, are you awake? Feels the cold air and the approaching footsteps. Oh, well hello there, Sakura. Good morning, Sakura. Ah yes, good morning, Senpai. Sakura smiles and nods as if accustomed to the situation. Senpai, it's morning already. You have some more time, but Fujimura-sensei will get mad if you stay asleep here. Oh, you're right. Thanks for coming to wake me up. It's no problem at all. You should always... You're always up so early. I can only come and wake you up like this occasionally. Sakura seems more upbeat than usual today, as if she's happy about something. Really? I think you wake me up quite often. Though Fujini always hits me to wake me up, so I'd rather have you wake me up. Well, I'll try harder next time. I answer with a sleepy head. I don't know what I'm saying with my mind not fully awake. Alright, but I'm happier when you don't try. Sakura is giggling. Gah, I guess my head was still dozing and I said something weird. Give me a second, I'll wake up. Taking a deep breath, I clear my mind. The cold outdoor helps in a situation like this. The chill works well to beat the sleepiness out of my head. In front of me is Mateo Sakura, my junior at school. This place is a shed behind my house, and the time is 6 o'clock. Yes, she has a clock. Senpai? Yeah, I'm awake now. Sorry, I guess I did it again. I have to help you cook breakfast too. It's fine. You were up late last night again, right? So you should take your time in the morning. I'll get breakfast ready. Oh, how nice of her. Getting a nice, cute young girl to make breakfast for you in the morning. You're so lucky, Amiya. Sakura says so in a happy tone. It's unusual. Sakura really seems to be in a good mood this morning. I can't let you do that. I'll get up right now, so let's go to the kitchen together. Alright, I'm all set. Let's go, Sakura. Senpai? What is it? Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Wait, no, it's nothing. But I think you should change before you go back to the house. Why is she blushing? Not wearing anything? Question mark? Oh. That said, I looked down at myself. I fell asleep while I was working, so I'm still wearing my overalls. Yes, because that requires the need to get changed before going into the house. Being my work clothes, they're pretty dirty. I can't imagine what Fujini would say to me if I went into the house like this. I guess I'm not awake yet. I'm a bit out of it this morning. That could be. So you rest here for a bit, and I'll take care of breakfast. And you know, if you keep this place a mess, Fujimura-sensei will get mad at you. You're right. I'll go after I get changed. You go ahead. Yes, I'll be waiting, senpai. Sakura leaves. Well, gotta get changed into my school uniform, clean up this mess, and go get some food from Sakura. The shed is built on the edge of your yard, and just as it seems, it's a warehouse we put all our junk in. But for me, it's a place of treasure, as I've enjoyed messing with things since I was a kid. Father didn't allow me to go into the shed, but I always sneaked in here. As a result, it became my base. That is such a childish word. Brings me back to the good old days. For me, Amiya Shiro, why do you have to state your name when you're thinking out loud pretty much? I guess you could call this place my real room. The big Amiya household doesn't suit me, and I can only relax in this space full of junk. Besides, it's a waste. Even if it's junk, you can still use it. Most of the things in here are appliances that can't be used anymore. Did I bring all the junk in here because I like the place, or did I come to like it here because of all the junk? Good question. I would be the same, really, personally. Anyway, since I was always sneaking in here, it became my hobby to fix the broken things. It's not like I get attached to things. I think it just annoys me not to use things that can still be used. And just like that, I was fixing up this stove all last night. So that's what that is on the ground. I like how he lays out a sheet to do it all on as well. I guess I'll finish this tomorrow. It seems I don't have enough concentration, seeing how I fell asleep halfway. Don't you have to get ready for school? Of course you're gonna have to finish this later. I shake off the feeling of disappointment in myself. I gather up the parts of the stove and put them on the shelf full of things, waiting to be fixed. There are no spaces on this shelf full of things awaiting repair. An old VCR awaits after the stove. I guess I'll ignore the fact that Fujini broke both of them. Alright. I change into my uniform. This place is like my room, and it holds changes of clothes with other things I need. It also has lots of blueprints and junk resulting from my failures. Speak English as a first language and I can't freaking speak it while I do my training. There's also some kind of old design inscribed on the floor, like an altar or something. Well, let's get today's started. Oh yeah, let's get this going. Clapping my hands in prayer to the shed, I head for the house. I emerge from the shed. The Emiya house is a Japanese-style house on the outskirts of town. My father wasn't much of a respected person in town, but he somehow still had this huge house. That on its own is a mystery, but it also seems he didn't have any relatives in Japan. That's why the house became mine and no one else's when my father died. Though, to be honest, I don't have that kind of management ability. Oh god. Need to burp. Ugh. Old man Fujimura is in charge of complicated things like inheritance and property taxes. Old man Fujimura is the big landlord in this neighborhood. According to father, the old man's like a yakuza boss. Of course, this is just prejudice. He's not like a yakuza boss, he is a yakuza boss. Dots. Well, that's a problem in itself, but I prefer to ignore it. It's certainly true that he's energetic and scary, but he's actually not that bad of a person. Well, you always want to have a gang leader to be a talkative and sociable person, I guess, so not everyone hates him. It really helps me as he pays a lot when I tune up the motorcycle he likes to ride. Anyway, that's why I'm the only one living in this big house. It's been 5 years since father died. The days have passed quickly. I sigh, thinking about how much I've grown in those 5 years. I've trained every day to be like Kiritsugu, but it's not that easy in reality. It's natural because I had no talent to begin with, but what can be said about having no improvement at all in 5 years? To sum up the present in one sentence, my goal is so far away that I'm not even at the starting line yet. No, I guess it won't do any good to rush. For now, I have to do what I can. Well then, right now, I should. And it is the first choice of the game, about nearly 24 minutes in, or there, well, into the recording, about 22 minutes into the game, I guess. So, we told Sakura we're gonna go help her, and I can go help her now, or finish my daily routine, which we do not know what that is, to make the choice. Do we try and go see if this game actually has any form of dating parts of it whatsoever, and if so, we'll go help Sakura. I mean, she didn't live the best life. Like, you just have to know the background of the characters, which I do. And that's sort of affecting my judgment a little. So I'm just going to choose what I would probably choose in reality, which would be go help the girl who's making breakfast for me. So, save. First choice, whatever, save. Let's go help Sakura. And for now, let's just end the recording here and we'll pick it up next time. So, I'm TheDaff, and until next time, go have some fun or something. Play the game yourself. Oh well, see ya.